Welcome, Taurus, to your original 4-card spread for the month of January 2016. But we begin with a recap of December, just briefly. You had the sun in the position of the overall energy of the month, so it must have been a good month. A month of relying on yourself, having faith in yourself, in your life, sort of coming out of the dark about something, and having everything suddenly look good, everything being in the right place. The sun as a symbol takes the chill out of us psychologically. The rays of the sun beam out, touching everything. So everything in your life is touched by this new energy. You feel you're free to express yourself, to be who you are. So the previous limitations are overcome. The dark days are over. Now, absolutely anything is possible. That's the feeling. You have a serious card in the position of the overall challenge for the month of December, and that was the 5 of Pentacles. So this is dealing with a fractured goal or a dream or idea, and not being defeated by that. Anything that is out of balance, you see it's a 5 on the material level. Having to deal with that is your challenge, while at the same time, you see, we have the sun as the overall energy of the month. So that's helping a great deal. But perhaps it's to deal with something specific, something you have to face up to. And strength was in the position of the unexpected. So you are feeling fairly confident. This is self-mastery. This is taming the bullies around you or the bullies within yourself. And we end with the 7 of Swords. In a sense, at the end of the month, you have to do something that you cannot be totally above board about. Maybe something in the background. You have to plan and strategize, in a sense, secretly or removed from the fray. Devise a way, a means of escape or a means to achieve your goal, but not to give it away, That's an interesting month. So let's see what January has for you, Taurus, 2016. Happy New Year, by the way. Well, we start the month with a mental card having to do with your mind, and that is the 9 of Swords upright. It depicts someone waking up as if from perhaps a dream, a bad dream, or with a lot on their mind. When someone holds their head in their hands, they are truly worried about something. But again, it doesn't mean that there is necessarily anything to justify this. Sometimes we worry because we fret over things that may or may not happen. And we paint negative scenarios, or we brood over past hurts. Now, we ended with the Seven of Swords, and we begin with the Nine of Swords. So there's definitely something you're perusing mentally, analyzing, and the analysis of this has you worried. That doesn't mean that negative things will come of it, but you're reaching negative conclusions mentally. Now your challenge is the Queen of Pentacles. She's the equivalent to the Empress in the Minor Arcana. She's the Earth Goddess. She's the Mother. She's the good mother. She's the caring, nurturing mother. She's the mother who tends to her family with loving attention. She's staring at a single pentacle, very much like the Page of Pentacles did, but she's reached a level of maturity that the Page has not. So your challenge is to deliver to an idea, a project, a family, a business, a job, a certain down-to-earth maturity, a frugality of actions and energy, conserving your energy. She's a conservative queen. So staying within the bounds of that which is needed and not straying into that which is desired or wanted only. That's your challenge. Now we have another Swords card. So you've had 3 swords in a row, really, if you think of the Seven of Swords at the end of December. So it's you're in your head a lot. And this is the Five of Swords. Unexpectedly, there may be some dispute, some disagreement, some mental, shall we say, sparring, debate, argument. There's a definite feeling that you triumph, but the triumph has karmic implications. That is, that if you triumph with an opponent who is not mature, then there are feelings that will be created from that because of their own lack of maturity. It depends on with whom you have this mental split. And at the end of the month, we have a lot of energy. We have Wands, the Queen of Wands. So your challenge is to be the Queen of Pentacles. But at the end of the month, you strike out on your own in a sense. This is the lone queen. She's independent of thought, mind, and heart. And though she's quite capable of also tending well her family, her business, and the projects in front of her, she does it with a certain aplomb, a certain theatrical flair, a flair of inspiration and art. So someone may be in your midst like that, or you may assume the characteristics of this card energy-wise. And she is, again, a little rebellious of spirit. So you might experience some sort of wanting to do it the way you want to do it. Governing the idea, the project, the situation in your own unique fashion. There's a lot of energy. There's a lot of yellow in the card too. So again, it still remains a pretty intellectual month. But here the mind is led by vision, by intuition, by a sense of knowing immediately what to do, sort of non-hesitancy, well, the Queen of Pentacles, she would plan out everything, the meals, what she's going to do. She'll write it all down. She'll have a patterned day. Not the Queen of Wands. She is instead someone who reacts to her environment and to the intuition she feels deep inside, telling her what is right, what is the right thing to do. And it's becoming inspired too by, well, art. And art is anything. It's literature, it's painting, it's crafting, it's just creating. And the use of one's creative spirit and abilities, the harnessing of that. So yes, you're going to enjoy the end of the month, and you're going to enjoy your home, a bit of showing off. Something is being shown off. She's very much a display. She loves theater. So that's just absolutely lovely, Taurus. So you're going to get an artistic boost at the end, an independent spiritual boost at the end of the month. This counsel for you is the Hierophant. So the spiritual counsel seems to lean towards your challenge, the Queen of Pentacles. It's agreeing with that. And because this is the card of tradition and convention, and that Queen of Pentacles is the queen of tradition and convention. Traditional, established ways, knowledge, could be government, education. All of those are the structures that come from higher spiritual ideals. But the Hierophant is the high priest. He's the role model, the one that everyone in the village looks up to, who exemplifies the good, the one everyone wants to imitate. So sometimes we need to choose a role model we can look up to, whose behaviors, thoughts, and ideas can help us stay the course. We only adopt the beliefs and attitudes and opinions of this role model to help guide us and rebalance an otherwise disorientation, a mental disorientation that happens frequently to all of us. So whether this role model is someone you need to look for, or whether you yourself can be a role model for someone else, both of these would be helpful things to accomplish. The Hierophant is really the teacher, the counselor, the educator, and when we are under their tutelage, we thus adhere to the rules, the regulations of whatever knowledge is being given. So we use it to guide us, and we need to conform consequently. You may need to find your role model or to become one. Think of it, where you are right now, what your real needs are. Don't be afraid to admit to yourself that you either need a role model or that you have to become one. Both of these are tremendous challenges. But within the context of the month, it seems that Spirit is saying that this will be important to assume these aspects of our psychological development. We are all growing always, and recognition of where we are allows us to move further on. And so there's a deep communion with oneself that is also being asked for. To get to know who you are, where you are, what your real beliefs and ideas are, and to grow from there. We can grow by learning from others, and we can grow by teaching others. But a fresh approach is needed here, one way or the other. So I'm going to wish you all the best for a beautiful new year, Taurus. This is a good start. Thank you.